Once upon a time, in a bustling city filled with towering skyscrapers, there lived a 28-year-old woman named Lena. Lena was always busy. From morning until night, she was constantly moving, constantly doing. Her phone buzzed with notifications every few minutes. Her to-do list grew longer each day, no matter how many tasks she crossed off. She ate breakfast while checking emails, walked to work while texting, and even watched videos while brushing her teeth. Every night, she would wonder with exhaustion, where did all my time go? She felt like a spinning top, turning faster and faster, but never knowing why she was spinning. Days blurred into weeks, weeks into months, and still, she felt like she had accomplished nothing meaningful. One Monday morning, disaster struck. Her phone, her lifeline to the world, suddenly died. The screen went black and wouldn't turn back on. Panic rose in her chest. How would she check her emails? How would she exist without it? Her colleague mentioned an old repair shop by the seaside, 3 hours away. The owner was known as the clock keeper, an elderly man who could fix anything. With no other choice, Lena took emergency leave and boarded the train. The journey felt strange without her phone. She fidgeted with her hands, not knowing what to do with them. She looked out the window and was surprised to see mountains and forests she had never noticed before, despite taking this route several times. The clock keeper's shop was filled with hundreds of clocks, all ticking in harmony. The old man examined her phone carefully, then looked up with a knowing smile. "I can fix this," he said slowly, "but it will take 3 days." 3 days? Lena exclaimed, "but I need it now." The old man raised his hand gently. 3 days. That is how long it takes to fix something properly. As she turned to leave, the clock keeper called out, "Wait." He handed her an ancient hourglass with golden sand. "While you wait, try something different. Before you do anything at all, turn this hourglass over. Until the sand runs through, do only that one thing. Nothing else." Lena looked at the hourglass skeptically. The sand took about 30 minutes to flow through. 30 minutes for one thing? That seems inefficient. The old man chuckled. "Try it. What else do you have to do without your phone?" That first day was torture. At lunch, she turned the hourglass to eat. Halfway through her meal, she reached for a magazine. No, she remembered, only eating. She put it down and focused on her food. For the first time in years, she tasted the sweetness of the tomatoes, the richness of the olive oil. That afternoon, she turned the hourglass to take a walk. Her mind screamed at her to plan tomorrow, make mental lists, but she forced herself to just walk. She noticed the cobblestones under her feet, the seagulls dancing in the wind. By evening, she was exhausted, not from doing, but from the effort of not doing. She prepared for bed without her usual scrolling session and fell asleep instantly. The second day felt different. She turned the hourglass for breakfast and found herself enjoying the silence. She turned it for reading and became so absorbed that she was surprised when the sand ran out. She had forgotten what it felt like to be completely inside a story. That afternoon, she returned to the clockkeeper's shop. "How is the hourglass treating you?" he asked. "It's strange," she admitted. "I feel like I'm wasting time by doing only one thing." "Tell me," he said, "what do you remember from yesterday?" She thought about it and was surprised. She remembered everything, every bite, every step, every word she had read. Usually her days were a blur, but yesterday was crystal clear. The clock keeper smiled. "When you do 10 things at once, you experience none of them. When you do one thing completely, you experience all of it." On the third day, Lena helped clean the gears of an old grandfather clock. She turned the hourglass and focused entirely on the task. As she worked, she realized something profound. The clock didn't try to show all times at once, it showed only the present moment, and that was enough. "People think time is money," the clock keeper said, "so they try to save it by doing everything at once. But time isn't money, time is life. When you split your attention, you split your life into pieces so small that none of them mean anything." That evening, he handed her the repaired phone. "The hourglass," she started to return it. "Keep it," he said. "You might need the reminder." On the train home, Lena's phone buzzed with 3 days of messages. But she didn't pick it up immediately. Instead, she watched the landscape pass by. The same mountains and forests, but now she truly saw them. When she finally checked her phone, nothing was truly urgent. The world had continued without her constant availability. Nothing had fallen apart. Back in the city, Lima's life looked the same from the outside, but everything had changed within. She woke up and turned the hourglass for her morning routine. No phone. She turned it for breakfast, just eating. At work, she turned it for each task, just focusing. Her colleagues noticed the change. "How do you get everything done and still leave on time?" they asked. To everyone's surprise, she accomplished more by doing less. When she wrote reports, she just wrote. When she was in meetings, she just listened. Her work improved, her stress decreased, and most surprisingly, she had time. Time to call her mother and really talk. Time to meet friends and really listen. Time to live. One evening, a young intern approached her, looking exhausted. "How do you do it? I'm here until midnight and still can't finish everything." Lina looked at the hourglass, its sand flowing steadily. "Let me tell you a secret," she said. "Time isn't something you save or lose. Time is something you live. When you try to do everything at once, you're not saving time, you're shattering it into pieces too small to matter." She turned the hourglass over. Watch the sand. It falls one grain at a time, but eventually all the sand moves through. It doesn't rush, it doesn't panic, it just flows. "But there's so much to do," the intern protested. "There always will be," replied. "But when you give your complete attention to what you're doing right now, time expands. An hour becomes a real hour, not 10 fractured 6-minute pieces. You don't need more time, you need to stop splitting the time you have." That night, Lina thought about her journey. She had gone to fix her phone, but she had fixed her relationship with time itself. She no longer felt like a spinning top. She felt like the clocks in the old man's shop, moving steadily forward, present in each moment. Before she slept, she watched the golden sand fall grain by grain. Each grain was a moment, and each moment was enough. She had learned the greatest secret. Time isn't stolen from us. We give it away, one distraction at a time. But when we take it back, when we gather those scattered pieces and make them whole again, we discover that we have all the time we need. We just need to live it, one moment at a time. If this story resonated with you, remember, your time is your life. Don't scatter it, gather it, live it, one moment at a time.